Welcome back to Garage Built Strongman, and this is the recap for Muskoka Mayhem. Now, first and foremost, it was a struggle leading up to the event. Thursday morning, during my cut day, which was fantastic, the headlight goes out of my car. No big deal, I can change a headlight pretty quick and easy. Not so quick and easy. Bought the parts, was the wrong parts, took the car apart, it was miserable to get apart, and it was miserable to put back together. In the middle of doing that, I get a phone call. It's my mother. My mom was in the hospital. In the end, we found out that she fell and broke her hip. Now, at 71 years old, this is a problem. So I was really in a conundrum. What do I do? So, through conversation with my brother-in-law, my mother, my wife, I did go to the event because ultimately there wasn't much I could do. My uncle spent the night in the hospital with my mother. My brother-in-law came in, and my sister was going to be home sometime Saturday afternoon from Boston. So it was decided just go do the event and do what I have to do. So I did. So I left Friday morning after a miserable cut. I was tired, I was hungry, I didn't sleep well. I obviously didn't eat or drink. So I went to the event. I get there to do the weigh-in to find out that the weight classes had already changed. My understanding was June 1st, I could be up to 230 pounds. That had already changed, and it would have worked for this event, so I did the cut for nothing. I was really excited about that. Whatever. So the next thing that happened was I found out that 2 other people had dropped out of the event, leaving only 2 of us to compete in the event. Not the way I want to do it. When I go to compete and earn my ticket to the provincials, I want to compete. I want to go against everybody. I want to prove who I am and what I can do. That wasn't the case, but I still had to compete against the best in Ontario, and he's a great competitor, and I love competing against him. He pushes me, and I push him as best as I can. So the first event was deadlift for reps. We had 1 minute to rep out 460 pounds, and here's that video.
3, 2, 1, go! Down!
So obviously I didn't win that event. My deadlift isn't great, but I managed, I can't remember, it was 6 or 7 reps, but it went really well for me. I was pleased with that, knowing that I wasn't feeling at 100% my best. If I was a little bit better, I might have got 1 or 2 more, but Adam was definitely going to beat me. But showing class and restraint, there's no point in blowing himself out. All he had to do was get 1 more than me, and that's what he did. And I appreciate that. Also not making me look too terrible, because I know he probably could have done it 4 or 5 more times than what he did. So the next event was farmer's walk to sandbag. So you grab your farmer's handles, run to the other end, grab the sandbag, run to the opposite end. And that was 220 pounds per hand, and the sandbag was also 220 pounds. And here's that video.
Stop! Come on!
So the interesting thing there is that we didn't get prep time. They were basically, once we were done the deadlift, we went out to do the farmer's walk there, and guys were already running the events. So it was nice, it was quick. We didn't get a whole lot of time to kind of warm up or anything like that. It was just, we had like 15, 20 minutes, and they were running through it, and they were at our class. Our class being one of the smallest, the 105 class was actually both for the women's and the men's there was 10 competitors in each one. So they were very busy classes. They were very full. There was something like 60 competitors there or maybe a little bit better. Anyway, so I did pretty good on that, and I was 0.4 of a second off of Adam's time. He was just that much quicker. Watching the videos and stuff like that over and over again, there wasn't a lot I could do. Just need to work on a little bit more foot speed and maybe a quicker pick. But I was on his tail for that one. But again, down I went. The next event was the power pin hold, and here's that one. So the power pin actually went well for me. I actually got him on that one. Didn't go as well as I had hoped, but I managed 35 seconds at 420 pounds. Adam only managed 25 seconds. The difference was with my handle. My handle's a little thicker, and the grip is there's a little more grip in it. Their handle was a bit smaller and very, very smooth. So it was a bit of a struggle for us, but I finally got him on one. Then we move on to the log.
More up. Come on, you got right to carry.
So the log turned out to be very interesting. We did get some warm-up time with it, and a bunch of us were commenting about the way it felt. It didn't have the right balance to it. If you got a chance to look or could see it or pause the video and watch the video, the log is cut on an angle where all the rest are cut nice and square and flat, and this one was cut on an angle, so it was a lot of pressure on the forearms. I ended up with a bruise here, and it didn't balance right. Like it didn't roll through into the shelf like it normally would, so it was really awkward. It was the most awkward implement I've used in a while, and we talked and we all agreed that it was a very weird log to use. I found out afterwards it was actually a 14-inch log that they were using, so very few people have used a log that large. So it was a very awkward implement, and quite a few people struggled with it. A lot of guys with good overhead. I managed to do, again, I think 5 or 6 anyway. Adam did beat me by 1, which is all he needed to do again. It's very rare that I get beat on overhead events in my class. Adam's about the only guy that does it. He looked like he had 1 or 2 more in the tank. I struggled a bit, but as I said, I mean, no excuse, but I wasn't where I wanted to be, and my focus wasn't 100%, but that log just threw everybody off. It was great, though. So then the last event was the natural stone to shoulder, and well, I got a little bit of road rash, and I got a couple of cuts on my ear and a bruise on the back of my head, but that event went really well, and here's that video.
Go!
Come on, Jeff, let's go.
Let's go, Jeff. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, buddy. You go to the left, you get better.
Same thing, Jeff. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, put her up there.
There it is.
Down. 30 seconds. Down.
At least 4 more, brother. Come on, Jeff. Down.
30 seconds.
Let's go. Right now, Jeff. Come on.
Down and up, down and up. Nice.
Yeah, brother.
Down.
Let's go, you
At least one more event. Come on, one more. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
You know, I have to say I was really pleased with how the stone to shoulder went, given that I haven't really messed with the natural stone. It's a bit of a different animal, but I did really well at it. And I'm pretty pleased. I did manage to beat Adam on that one. So, I mean, out of all 5 events, the one I knew I wasn't going to win at was the deadlift. I was close on other things, whereas I wish I had a little bit better overhead. I might have got him on the overhead. 4/10 off on the farmer's walk to sandbag. Can't complain about that. You know, I'm right behind him, even though he's been doing his training really well, and mine hasn't been going so great. Overall, I'm pleased with how the event went. I want to thank everybody for following along. And if any of my friends and family happen to be watching this, which I know they're not, except for you, Mom, we're moving on. We're going to the next event, and we're going to start that training. Well, I'm going to start it today, but I probably won't get a video for a day or two. I had to do some setup and change of all the implements and stuff like that I'm going to be using. And the first thing I get to play with is the circus dumbbell today. So I'm going to finish setting that up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you come back for the next round of training, and we will catch you the next time. Thanks a lot.